Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, likes, comments, and subscribes are appreciated as they do indeed help with the algorithm. A very big thank you to everyone who has taken part in my NFT releases. Every single time I create something, it ends up being sold out within 24 hours, and I barely have anything else left on the platform as well. There is another NFT drop happening today as well. For those of you who are interested, the link is in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it because, you know, we always have some weird and wacky stuff to talk about. As Bitcoin continues to flirt around $40,000 levels, its fundamentals and on-chain metrics are showing significant improvement. On Wednesday, the 28th of July, the Bitcoin blockchain registered the largest ever net outflows in 5 years since 2016. On this day, the exchange balance dropped by more than 60,000 Bitcoin in total. This is certainly a bullish indicator, as a shortage in supply is likely to drive prices higher. We've definitely gone over that before, but for those of you who don't know, the idea is that if people are putting their Bitcoin onto a cryptocurrency exchange, it could mean that they plan on selling. Usually it actually doesn't. A lot of times they end up putting it there just to kind of scare people, not even joking. It's a good way to scare people to get them to sell their coins so that the rich people can buy even more. That's also not a joke as well. But the indicator that they're taking them off in mass even is not just institutional players, it's also normal people as well. Taking them off means that they have no desire to sell their Bitcoin. They're putting them onto their computers or into safekeeping in some sort of way, and therefore that's even more Bitcoin that's off the table for everybody else who's looking to get into the market. At the same time, the number of unique entities interacting with the Bitcoin network has surged significantly over the last week. As on-chain data provider Glassnode has reported, they said Bitcoin has seen a resurgence in active entities over the past week, rising by 30%. Wow, from 250,000 to 325,000 active entities per day. This degree of activity was sustained in July 2020 when Bitcoin's price was around $11,000 in quarter two of 2020. The on-chain metrics look great. A lot of people are still using it. They're going to continue using it for a very long time. The amount of money flowing through Bitcoin continues to always be massive and large and whatever other word you kind of want to throw out there. There's a lot of bullish sentiment right now in the cryptocurrency space where people are talking about exactly where Bitcoin's going to go, how high it's going to go. We keep seeing more people entering the network, more people buying Bitcoin on cryptocurrency exchanges, taking their Bitcoin off of these cryptocurrency exchanges and putting them wherever they kind of see fit. But at the same exact time, the news of prices going up is also very strong because all of the indicators are basically there, especially as we surged by, was it $8,000-$9,000 in a one-day period. And even after the Amazon news happened, we still maintained this level next to $40,000. On top of that as well, it says Bitcoin takes pause while Ethereum and XRP gain bullish momentum. And it says Ethereum outpaces Bitcoin while bulls aim larger. Why bulls aim larger increase? I think that's not also correct to say that. And the point is, Ethereum, so Bitcoin right now, I think is like literally just trending sideways. Ethereum and many other altcoins are currently moving up in price. We are 5 days away from Ethereum beginning its almost said arduous climb. Beginning its climb to Ethereum 2.0. There are a lot of people who are very excited. I told you, you should know just in general from the actual upgrade, there's going to be a lot of excitement and hype because if Ethereum goes up, the altcoins will also start moving up as well. Within the next 5 days, we'll have the upgrade, and then about a week, maybe even 10 days after, we'll start hearing about every single day exactly how much Ether is being burned, and that's also going to cause more people to get into the market as well. So, yeah, it's about that time for the market to really start pushing itself back up. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, in super popular news, PayPal president and CEO Dan Schulman has issued new details about the payment giant's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency service expansion. As part of the company's quarter two earnings call on Wednesday, Schulman hinted at the possibility of buy and sell functionality becoming available in the United Kingdom as soon as by next month. That is like 48 hours away. a development that would find PayPal following through on promises issued as far back as February, where basically they announced that we are going to allow people to buy and sell Bitcoin, and also eventually we're going to do it around the world. So I guess this is the next step, the UK being the next step in the world. Although the call contained no mention of Bitcoin directly, Schulman said what else would they be talking about? Schulman said the company is adding functionality to its Venmo crypto services, which, if launched in the UK, could allow thousands to gain Bitcoin price exposure. Dan Schulman said, "We're also seeing strong adoption and trading on crypto on Venmo. In this quarter, we expanded the Venmo value proposition to allow merchants and consumers to pay for goods and services and receive buyer and seller protections for e-commerce or commerce in general transactions." So the news that we had a day or two ago from PayPal was that it looked as if they were going to be adding some type of DeFi capabilities, where so the news says something along the lines of staking, earning interest, which I also kind of went off on because I was basically saying we don't need banks anymore. And what was the other part? Something along the rumors were like a DeFi-esque NFT platform, which wouldn't surprise me at all if PayPal had it so that in your wallet you were also able to see which art, NFTs, any type of fractional real estate that you also owned as well on the platform. But the other news coming out right now is that they're also going to be expanding to the United Kingdom. We can only assume that a couple of weeks, months later, they're going to be adding it to Europe. And then at some point, whenever they gain regulatory approval, they will also do the exact same thing for Asia. Very big news. Here's the actual earnings call transcript. It is like 995 pages. No, it's not that long, but I won't scroll through the entire thing. Just more so to show you that all the things that they were saying are also right here as well, talking about how much money they made, how much money they plan on making, and exactly where the money came from. Very big news, very popular. PayPal to extend crypto services to UK as soon as next month. PayPal set to launch crypto trading in the UK and may embrace DeFi. They're going to embrace DeFi. It's not that they're... DeFi, I don't like the sound of it. No, they're definitely, they understand the market at this point. Yeah, anyway, that's all the PayPal news. And yeah, let's move on. Also, this is also news. On the 30th of July, 2015, the first iteration of Ethereum, then known by the name Frontier, was released. I don't know if I hate the name Frontier. I tried thinking about that earlier, but like, would you say I'm going to pay in front? That sounds kind of weird. Like, I'm going to pay in ETH. It sounds kind of different, but like, I'm going to pay in front. In front of what? Okay. In these 6 years since the network came into existence, it has weathered a near catastrophic early attack, undergone a contentious hard fork, and built up a market cap of $278 billion, only second to Bitcoin. For those of you who were not here in 2016, I think it was 2016, there was a point where the Ethereum project actually had no money left. Surprise. Because nobody was buying it. The idea back then, the same exact way, like whenever, I mean, this has happened to every single brand new major coin. It happened to Cardano. It happened to XRP. It happened to Litecoin for like a couple of months, and then people kind of left it alone. When all these new projects end up coming out, everyone kind of calls it a scam. It's terrible. We don't need it, yada, yada, yada. And then it becomes really popular and everyone starts to embrace it and love it. In the beginning, I was told extensively, do not touch Ethereum. It's terrible. It's horrible. No one's going to be using it. And then lo and behold, kind of where we are. So years ago, there was a point where the coin's price kept on falling and no one was buying it. And they even, I think it was Vitalik or somebody had like not a press conference, but basically something online. They were like, we need funding. We can't survive without it. So yeah, Ethereum came close to not being Ethereum about 5 different times. But this 6th anniversary will likely be Ethereum 1.0's last. Aww. It's set to be replaced by Ethereum 2.0, a faster, roomier, more efficient, energy-efficient model in early 2020. The upgrade is becoming increasingly necessary as the network struggles to keep up with its understatement. $48 transaction fees are not where it's at, as the kids say. So yeah, today is Ethereum's birthday, 6th birthday. It seems like it's been around for at least 11 years at this point, because every single day there's always some type of Ethereum news in the news. But yeah, the iteration of the coin burn will be the first baby step to getting us to Ethereum 2.0. I'm expecting sometime by summer next year. We should hopefully have it. I was laughing with my friend yesterday. Hello, friend. As we were walking down the street, basically talking about all the upgrades and prices and where we expect things to go by the end of the year. Things like that, because we always just end up talking about money. And we kind of like actually had a laugh when we were like, yeah, you know, by next summer, we should have Ethereum 2.0. And then we looked at each other and we were like, maybe by 2024, just, you know, in long ongoing joke, because we should have had Ethereum 2.0 by 2017. Anyway, bad joke. Anyway, that's the Ethereum birthday news. Also quite popular right now. So good for them. Little cupcake with the number 6 on it. So we'll see. Let's move on. Also in major news, which people tried to turn negative for some reason, publicly traded business intelligence firm MicroStrategy is pledging to add more Bitcoin to its corporate balance sheet. That already includes 105,000 Bitcoin. One company, 105,000 Bitcoin, worth roughly $4 billion US. In a statement issued before the conference, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor noted, "We continue to be pleased by the results of the implementations of our digital asset strategy. Our latest capital raise allowed us to expand our digital holdings, which now exceed 105,000 Bitcoin going forward. We intend to continue to deploy additional capital into our digital asset strategy." Speaking during a live video call with investors on Thursday, CEO Michael Saylor and CFO Phong Le struck a defiant tone at a time when the mainstream press has taken aim at the firm for its focus on accumulating Bitcoin amid its recent market downturn. So a lot of other websites, which I found to be special, were like talking negatively about MicroStrategy for having purchased Bitcoin when it was super low and basically holding on to it as prices went up and then came back down. They were like, I don't understand how MicroStrategy did it. Why are they still holding on to all this Bitcoin? And I think a huge part of it is also jealousy. They have 105,000 Bitcoin. That company doesn't, and they wish that they were able. I mean, listen, who out there does not wish at this moment that they had $4 billion worth of Bitcoin? So it's very easy to kind of like smear other people or say other terrible things and be like, well, they shouldn't be holding Bitcoin at all. It's jealousy. And then, yeah, the other part is that people are like, why are you adding more Bitcoin even though prices are down? Do you expect them to wait until prices have risen to add more Bitcoin? Or do you expect them, like, think of all the companies we heard who were buying like when it hit 29,000. Well, they've made $11,000 per Bitcoin. Anyway, so yeah, the news basically is MicroStrategy, unsurprisingly, those laser eyes, plans on buying more Bitcoin because they have 105,000. I'm pretty sure one of the company's goals is like, hey, let's own 1 million Bitcoin. I don't think they'll ever get there because prices will have completely risen to insane numbers at that point, but go for it. Anyway, that's the MicroStrategy news. Unsurprising because, you know, it's MicroStrategy. They have money and they're going to keep buying more. Let's move on. Next up, there could be a flood of institutional investments coming from Germany starting next week. On Monday, the 2nd of August, a new law is coming into effect that will allow Germany's institutional investors under the Spezialfonds category to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Institutional players like pension funds and insurers can access these funds. Together, these institutional players in Germany manage a staggering 2.1 trillion, geez Louise, 2.1 trillion US dollars. The regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies is evolving fast, and more institutional players are joining the bandwagon. However, with the explosion in the crypto market this year, lawmakers have still taken a slow stand in formulating new rules for cryptos. That's because they're always slow on everything. Speaking of this development, Tim Kreutzmann, an expert on crypto assets at BVI, Germany's fund industry body, geez Louise, told Bloomberg, he said most funds will initially stay well below the 20% mark. I think 20% is the maximum that they're allowed to allocate into the market. On the one hand, institutional investors such as insurers have strict regulatory requirements for their investment strategies. On the other hand, they must also want to invest in crypto. we should see, once again, it usually, when it happens, about a good week or 2 weeks later, we end up having the news kind of pour in as to how much is going to actually happen. I forgot that this was even going to be a thing, to be completely honest. We keep getting news every single day that these institutions are going to be able to be jumping into the cryptocurrency market. And now I guess we've gotten to the point where we are going to see explicitly, I give it by the 15th of August. This is when the companies should, I assume, have to declare exactly how much they have on their balance sheets, and people are going to be looking through them and being like, okay, they bought 800 Bitcoin and et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. I think Germany is one of the very few countries in Europe that actually is allowing their institutions to explicitly be able to do this. I don't remember news from France or Spain or Italy about anything like this, but if Germany does it and it works out really well, you will definitely hear about other European countries being able to do the exact same thing. Anyway, that's the Germany piggy bank Bitcoin August 2nd news. And let's move on. Next up, this is also news. Elon Musk has hinted how many Bitcoin Tesla owns after revealing the fair market value of its Bitcoin holdings was $1.47 billion as of the 30th of June. Elon Musk has commented on how many Bitcoin his car company owns to somebody. In his calculation, Lee, this guy on Twitter, used 1.47 billion as the fair market value of Tesla's entire Bitcoin holdings, as shown by the company's Form 10Q filed with the US SEC. It says as of the 30th of June, the assets held was 1.31 billion, which reflects cumulative impairments of $50 million. The fair market value of such digital assets is $1.47 billion. This guy took the $1.47 billion, divided it by $35,040, which was Bitcoin's price, I believe, on the 30th of June, and came out to the number 42,069 BTC. That is owned by Tesla. And then Elon Musk actually responded to him and said, we don't have that many Bitcoin, but it's close. So it could be like 42,068 Bitcoin or 41,000. Either way, it's a huge amount of money because they own over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. This is very popular news floating around right now because it has Elon Musk in the title and Bitcoin and Tesla. So, it's just a gigantic storm of money flowing around itself. So cool. We now know roughly how many Bitcoin they own. We also know that SpaceX owns Bitcoin, and so does Elon Musk himself. So I'm just going to assume they all have a lot of BTC in their pockets. Anyway, that's the Elon Musk news. And let's move on. And to finish things off, State Street Corporation, I'm going to say corporation, State Street, one of the top asset management groups with with $42.6 trillion. There are people right now who don't even have $300 in their bank account. $42.6 trillion worth of assets under management has announced it would start offering crypto reporting, reconciliation, and processing services to its private fund clients. The asset manager has partnered with Luca Inc., a crypto software service provider, for its fund administration services, who would also offer data for valuation services for the private fund client. State Street also launched a digital subsidiary last month to focus on the company's services for cryptocurrencies, central bank digital currencies, blockchain, and tokenization of securities. Nadine Shakar, the head of State Street Digital, said the growth of the popularity of digital assets is showing no signs of a slowdown. Pay attention to that sentence. And State Street Digital is committed to continuing to build out the necessary infrastructure to further develop our digital asset services model to help our clients' growing demand of needs. I didn't read that correctly, but it still made sense. The crypto fund offered by State Street reaffirms the growing demand for crypto assets among wealthy institutional clients. So, another institution is going to be offering crypto only to their richest clients that they have. This keeps happening over and over. I told you, once all the rich people are full, once they literally can't buy anymore, that's when it'll be offered to kind of everyone else. So I even thought when I was reading through this the first time, I thought that this was the news, or rather, I thought we had this news like 2 or 3 days ago. Nope, it was some other State Street news because the news just came out 20 hours ago. State Street to offer crypto services to private fund clients. I really would love to hear the exact number that these people own in Bitcoin, because this is not the first company to be able to do who's doing this. This is like the 80th that we're at least hearing about this year. And I have a very strong feeling the people who they're offering these services to, have millions, if not billions. So I wonder, when a person walks into their office, if you will, are they buying like 5,000 Bitcoin at one time? Or are they only allocating, hey, give me 100 Bitcoin? I always wonder. Anyway, that's the news. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fudweiser, Mortified, Roman, Gaba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wishnicki, The Letter M, Stefan Dirks, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way Lay, Crypto Black Sheep, AJ Cunt 5, Speedy655, and Carlos Was Like, Mobarazi, Jojo Shawshow, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grollet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Ebibiaphobia, Todd, Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Moher Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cold D3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavoti, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monks Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crail and Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who left a like, a comment, who has subscribed, and who is a supporter in their own way. I do thank thee. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 38,667. When I started the video, it was, I think, $1, not joking, like $1.50 away from $40,000. It is currently down by 3%. Who knows what's happened? Maybe the mystical Bitcoin genies have decided that the price had to fall back down before the weekend starts, or, it's always something ridiculous. Ethereum is up by 2.3%. It's always these weird situations where the altcoins are doing really well and Bitcoin's like, no, and kind of drags everything down. Ethereum was on its way a lot higher because of all the amazing Ethereum news that we keep getting. Same exact thing with XRP. They were like, even earlier in the video, there was like the other article talking about XRP was also moving up because of the actual news that we know that they're being used by that bank and that company in Japan. But Bitcoin got jealous. So I think everything else, Uniswap is up by 3%, Chainlink is up by 2%, Solana is up by 8%, OKB is up by 3% at the moment. Anything else crazy? Yeah, everything's being dragged down by Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin, when will you just stay up? Shiba is up by 1%. It's something. Anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.